Next level body, next layer body is pranic body, prana sarira. This actually, the air energy flow of your body is prana sarira. Now let us do one small but important thing. The prana sarira is attached, or prana sarira is bound by all your desires. For example, whenever your mind is filled with desires, you can see the breathing will change. Your breathing will change. If you are filled with anger, anger is nothing but the inverted desire. If it is not fulfilled, of course, any desire when it is fulfilled also, the breathing will change. When it is not fulfilled also, the breathing will change. Our whole prana is filled with these desires. Desires are the prana for our whole being to move. Desires are the fuel. Prana is the fuel. Prana means the fuel energy. Desires are the fuel energy to move your whole life. To move your whole life. You need to understand, either you run behind the desire or you condemn the desire. Both are wrong. Any desire, there is no need to condemn. There is no need to run behind it. If you consciously bring your desire to your conscious mind, two things will happen. Either it will disappear, because there are so many desires which you don't want, but you are running for it. You do not want it, but you are running behind it just because of social habit. There are so many desires. Basically, you are not interested in those things. Just as a social custom, social system, you are working for it. Any desire, when it is brought to your conscious level, either it disappears or it gets the potential energy to guide you to work it out. Understand? Either it disappears. If it is not valid one, it disappears. If it is a valid one, if your being wants it, then you are given enough of energy, enough of power, the right technique and method to fulfill it, because you are God. Whether you believe or not, whether you want or not, whether you accept or not, you are divine. You are continuously supported by the cosmic energy. If the cosmic energy is not supporting you, if the cosmic energy is not ready to support you, means you cannot breathe even 1 minute. Understand? Even your breathing cannot happen for a single moment if the cosmic energy is not supporting you, means cosmic energy is continuously supporting you. That is the reason you are breathing. The food which you ate now will digest only if the cosmic energy supports you. Otherwise, how do you think you will be able to digest? Can you digest by yourself? Tell me, any one of you. Can you digest by yourself? No. Unless the cosmic fire works in you, you cannot digest. Unless the cosmic energy goes inside and comes out of you, you cannot breathe. You cannot be alive. Continuously you are supported by cosmic energy. So if you know that this is your desire, you have to work it out. You wanted to enjoy any desire, immediately cosmos gives you a clarity, gives you the energy, gives you the method to work it out. The problem is you have conflicts of desires. Early morning you wanted one thing, and by evening you wanted the other thing. Again next day morning you wanted a different thing, and that day evening you wanted another one thing. One time you work for one desire towards east. By evening you start moving towards the west. And next day morning you wanted to jump up. Your way of thinking, your way of desires are not proper. That is the reason we are caught into the conflicts. We are into difficulties. Desires as such is pure energy. You can see early morning, the moment you come to your consciousness, some desire, some joy, some enjoyment which you are going to have, if you remember some enjoyment which you are going to have, only then you will be able to even enter into the body. Or some fear, I will be late for office, I will be late for taking care of my kids. Either some desire or some fear. Of course, the inverted or the perverted desire is fear. Why are you afraid? Otherwise you will not get the salary. You are afraid that you should go to office. Either a fear or the greed. Only these two things can wake you up. Am I right? The first thought is the thought which pushes you into the body, or which makes you to come into the body. The moment you come out of your dream state, vaguely you wanted to get up, but you don't feel like getting up. You feel like sleeping. Suddenly a flash of thought, either about office or about taking care of something or some desire. You wanted to see somebody, you want to achieve somebody. If you want to go to some city, for example, today morning you want to come to NSP. That memory, the moment you think, oh, let us go and see Swami, immediately some desire, you enter into the body. Either some desire or some fear. Fear means what? If you don't go to the office, you will not get the money. Again desire. The other version of desire. Desire only makes you to enter into the body, to start your life. The problem is, desire is the fuel. Desire is energy. But pure desire means I am not telling about right or wrong desires. There is no right or wrong in the energy. In the existence, everything is one and the same. When I say pure, I mean clear. Your clear desires have got power. See, today, morning if you want to drink, let you have the same desire till evening, then you won't have a problem. The problem is, morning you want to do one thing, evening you want to do something else. As time changes, your thoughts changes, your desires changes. You change your thoughts continuously. Morning for 6 hours you work towards one direction. Evening 6 hours you think towards another direction. Then you are in trouble. That is what I call it impurity. Unconscious desires. As long as desires are conscious, your desires are known to you, two things happen. If they are your desires, they survive. If it is somebody else's desires, but you have a vague idea, if it is there, it will be nice. You just think, oh, my neighbor has got a new car. If I can also have a car, it will be nice. But as of now, you don't have a deep urge to have a car, but just he is also having, let me have. Something like that. You start working intensely for the car for 6 months. By the time you get the car and sit on that, you realize there is no desire. That is why you take things for granted. That is why the car is there, you are there, but nothing, no excitement. It is there. Okay, that's all. There is no excitement. How much you worked for it, that much excitement is not there. That much joy is not there. Many times it happens. The moment you get the things, it is there. That's all. But the joy or excitement is not there. Why? Because you thought it is your desire Only when you achieve, you understand it is not your desire. It was just unconscious, vague thought. So you worked too much. You put too much of effort for a thought, for a desire, which is not your own. Second thing, if it is your desire, then you work for it. Not only that, desire is energy. Energy is intelligence. So the very desire gives you the intelligence to work it out also. The way in which if you plan, how can you achieve me? Just understand, if he is the desire for me, the very desire shows the way for me to go towards him. The very desire will guide. Come, this is the way, come, you will have me. You will have fulfillment. Any desire, when I tell you any desire, I tell any desire. Clear? Red letter, red capital letter. Any desire. I think that's why I wrote in red. Any desire has got capacity to guide you to fulfill itself. Only thing, you should bring it up to your conscious level and you should really feel for it. You should really feel that you want it. And anyhow, you have to pay the price. For any desire, you have to pay the price. Your time and your energy or your mind. And if you are ready to pay the price, you will see any desire is fulfilled in your life. Next thing, if your desires are unconscious, if they are left in the unconscious level, first thing, they never get fulfilled. Next thing, even if you fulfill it, by some way or other, you don't feel deep contentment. You don't feel deep contentment. Sometimes you will have unconscious desire to enjoy something. And without even asking, somebody may bring it and present it to you. You will even enjoy it. But even after enjoying, you will not have the satisfaction that you enjoyed what you wanted. You enjoyed what you wanted. It won't be there. It is just like one more experience of the life, that's all. Nothing exciting, nothing special. The main thing, the key of the whole thing is bringing your desires to the conscious level. Your consciousness is Atman. Your consciousness is energy. Your consciousness is like a projector light. In front of a projector light, if you keep a slide, what will happen? The slide will be seen in the reality. See, in front of a projector light, if you keep a slide, you can see that slide in the reality. If you keep a temple slide, you will see the temple in reality. If you keep an actress slide, you will see the actress in the reality. If you keep an actor, you will see the actor in the reality. In front of a projector light, if you keep anything, you will see that in reality. Your consciousness is Atman and energy. In front of your consciousness, if you keep any desire, you will see that it becomes reality. The thing is, we never keep our desires in front of our consciousness. Either we label them as something wrong, or we never even realize we have that desire and we are working for it. We just run behind it. Like a social custom. You don't have a clear-cut view what is your desire and what is your neighbor's desire, which you got told thinking that it is yours. Most of the time, from here you go to Manhattan taking $1,000 to purchase refrigerator. There suddenly you see your friend who wants to purchase TV. Then you think, let me have TV, it will be grand. You purchase TV and all other items except refrigerator, then finally you see there is no money for refrigerator. You go for credit. Then you say, oh, I have no money, or is lost. If you have worked only your desire, you would have had enough of wealth. But we don't work only for our desire. We work for somebody else's desire also. His desire also you want to fulfill. His desire, let him fulfill. But you catch hold of his desire and try to fulfill in your life. Two persons' desires cannot be fulfilled in one life. That is why you feel lack of time, lack of energy, lack of wealth or anything. Because when you come down to this planet Earth, you bring a set of desires which you want to fulfill. But after coming down, you see so many persons accumulate some more desires. Then you feel you don't have efficiency, you don't have energy, you don't have money, you don't have capacity to fulfill all your desires. You feel a deep discontentment. If you know which is your desire, if you live only with your desire, you will see you have the tremendous capacity to fulfill your desires. Apart from that, you have a deep contentment because your desires are your seeds. Desires are seeds. The moment you fulfill them, the moment they are fulfilled, they give you the deep contentment. If they are not fulfilled, they remain as a hangover in you. They remain as a hangover in you. They just remain as a karma in you, as a hangover in you. You will see the desire unfulfilled is nothing but unfulfilled seed in your being. It will always be a disturbance or a hangover in your being. Yes, your question.
Yeah, my question is like when the unconscious desires gets fulfilled, we are not happy because is it because that we don't put any effort or your energy has not been spent for that? You didn't strive for that or something like that, or why is it?
No, not only you didn't strive for it. You will not even know it is your desire. As long as it is lying down in the unconsciousness, even if it is fulfilled, for example, unconsciously you have a desire to have SUV car. Even if it is fulfilled, you will not know you had the desire and you got it.
So unconsciously what we desire doesn't get imprint in ourselves.
You see, the unconscious things never come to consciousness. You never work towards it. It's like a lottery. I have always seen the guys who win lottery, they take money for granted. They never leave the money. When they win, they live, but they never enjoy it because they do not know what they are fulfilling. If you know this is your desire and you want to fulfill it, then if you fulfill, you know it, you are enjoying it because you wanted it. But when you just start living like a like a lottery, if it comes, you suddenly, if you are allowed to stay in a 5-star hotel, 2-3 days you will be enjoying. After a week or so, you will not even know the value of what you are enjoying. You will not even know what you are enjoying because you never asked for it. You never even know that you had the desire. Unless it is a conscious desire.
So anything that comes in your unconscious level is not your thought.
No. Unconscious level is not your thought. It is just accumulated here and there by something, by somebody. Unconscious things are not yours.
So, what would be your guidance for identifying one's own desires?
One's own desires. Bring it to the conscious level. When you bring it to the conscious level, if it is your own, it will stay the conscious strength. The test of consciousness, it will stay. Bringing them to the conscious level is the test. If it is your own, you will remember it. If it is not your own, you will see that simply you forget about it.